Hi everyone, Dr. Rashid here. In this video, I will explain you vitamin B3. So regarding vitamin B3 is also known as niacin or nicotinic acid. It is the other names of vitamin B3. Regarding dietary sources, the main dietary sources are yeast, meat, liver, egg and most of the vegetables. So these are the dietary sources. An important source of niacin is tryptophan. So our body has an ability to synthesize niacin from an amino acid, that is tryptophan. And all of you know regarding tryptophan, it is an aromatic amino acid. And our body cell has an ability to synthesize niacin from this aromatic amino acid. That is the endogenous source of niacin. So this is very important. That is niacin, which is derived from tryptophan. So tryptophan is an aromatic amino acid, and our body cell has an ability to synthesize niacin from tryptophan, that is known as nicotinic acid pathway. So a vitamin A is derived from an amino acid. Clear? So a vitamin E is produced from an amino acid. So the dietary deficiency of tryptophan can produce as niacin deficiency. The reason is niacin is one of the source for niacin is tryptophan. So if there is a tryptophan deficiency, that can also leads to niacin deficiency. So let's see the biological active forms of niacin. There are two biological active forms for niacin. One is NAD. NAD means nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide. And the second form is NADP, that is nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide phosphate. So NAD and NADP, these are the coenzyme forms of niacin. So let's see the difference between NAD and NADP. See, NAD is act as a coenzyme molecule mainly in oxidation reduction reaction. So NAD is a coenzyme molecule in oxidation reduction reaction, and NAD is a reducing equivalent, and finally it enters into the electron transport chain and it donates their electron there, and finally it produces ATP. But in case of NADP, it is mainly involved in the synthetic pathway, biosynthetic pathway. So NADP is used for the biosynthesis of fatty acid, cholesterol and steroid hormone. So NADP is mainly concerned with biosynthetic pathway, and NAD is concerned with oxidation reduction reaction. And you should know how this NADP is produced in our body, or NADPH is produced in our body. Mainly it is produced by HMP shunt pathway. So this HMP shunt pathway has two functions. One is production of NADP, second one is production of pentose sugar. And NADP does not enter into the electron transport chain. So ATP is not produced from NADPH. So let's see the NADPH generating reactions. NADPH generating reaction, that is the reactions in HMP shunt pathway. So just remember these two enzyme name. One is glucose 6-phosphate dehydrogenase. Second one is 6-phosphogluconate dehydrogenase. And these are the two enzymes present in the oxidative phases of HMP shunt pathway. So let's see this reaction. So the first reaction is oxidation of glucose 6-phosphate. Oxidation means removal of hydrogen atom. So glucose 6-phosphate releases their hydrogen and it is converted into glucose 6-phosphogluconate. And NADP receives this hydrogen and it is converted into NADPH. And the enzyme which catalyzes this reaction is known as glucose 6-phosphate dehydrogenase. So that is the one enzyme which produces, or one reaction which produces NADPH in our body. And during the second step, this 6-phosphogluconate again undergo oxidation, and in this reaction again NADP receive this hydrogen atom and it is converted into NADPH. Here the enzyme is known as 6-phosphogluconate dehydrogenase. It is 6-phosphogluconate dehydrogenase. So glucose 6-phosphate dehydrogenase and 6-phosphogluconate dehydrogenase. These are the two enzymatic reactions where our body cell produces NADPH hormone. So let's see the deficiency manifestation of niacin. So niacin deficiency produces a clinical condition which is known as pellagra. And pellagra is characterized by, one is dermatitis. So the patient will produces dermatitis. So one of the feature of pellagra is dermatitis, second feature is diarrhea, and the third feature is dementia. So all these features start with D. That's why it is known as 3 Ds of pellagra. That is 3 Ds of pellagra. One for dermatitis, diarrhea, and dementia. So these are the classical features of pellagra. The dermatitis are mainly confined to the sunlight exposed areas. So niacin deficiency produces a clinical condition which is known as pellagra, and pellagra is characterized by dermatitis, diarrhea, and dementia. There is a specific clinical pattern which is seen in pellagra, that is known as Cassell's necklace pattern. What is Cassell necklace pattern? There is a hyperpigmented lesion which is present around the neck, that is also the sunlight exposed area, and this hyperpigmented lesion around the neck is known as Cassell's necklace pattern, and this Cassell necklace pattern is one of the feature of pellagra. So Cassell necklace pattern is seen in pellagra. Question for pellagra is, if it is a 5-mark question, you have to write the causes for pellagra. So one of the primary cause is dietary deficiency of niacin, and the second cause is dietary deficiency of tryptophan. What is the reason? Because there will be defective endogenous synthesis of niacin from tryptophan. That also leads to pellagra. So tryptophan deficiency can also result in pellagra-like manifestation. And the third condition is known as Hartnupp's disease. So what is a Hartnup disease? In Hartnup disease, there will be defective intestinal absorption of aromatic amino acid, mainly tryptophan. So in Hartnup disease, there will be deficiency of tryptophan, and this tryptophan deficiency can result in niacin deficiency. And the fourth feature is carcinoid syndrome. And carcinoid syndrome, actually it is a malignant condition, and in this malignancy, this tryptophan is mainly used for the formation of a neurotransmitter which is known as serotonin. Actually, this tryptophan has two pathways. One is serotonin pathway and the second one is nicotinic acid pathway. And in carcinoid syndrome, tryptophan is mainly used for this serotonin formation. So tryptophan is not available for niacin synthesis. So that will result in niacin deficiency and carcinoid syndrome. So these are the different causes for pellagra. One is dietary deficiency of niacin, second one is dietary deficiency of tryptophan, and in Hartnup disease there will be defective intestinal absorption of tryptophan. And in carcinoid syndrome, tryptophan is mainly channeled for the serotonin pathway. So all this result in pellagra-like manifestation. So let's see some questions. So the first question is, what are the biological active forms of niacin? There are two biological active form or coenzyme form for niacin. One is NAD and second one is NADP. And the second question, name two important enzymes in which NADP act as coenzyme. That is NADPH generating reaction, because in this reaction NADP is converted into NADPH. So what are the reaction? That is the reaction in oxidative phases of HMP shunt pathway mediated by glucose 6-phosphate dehydrogenase enzyme and 6-phosphogluconate dehydrogenase enzyme. These are the two enzymatic reactions where our body cell produces NADPH. The next question is, name the amino acid precursor of niacin. That is tryptophan. That is the endogenous synthesis of niacin from tryptophan. The last question, what is the deficiency disease produced by niacin? So niacin deficiency. So niacin deficiency produces pellagra, and pellagra is characterized by dermatitis, diarrhea, and dementia. And the causes for niacin deficiency or pellagras are, one is dietary deficiency of niacin, the second one dietary deficiency of tryptophan, the third one Hartnup disease, and the fourth one carcinoid syndrome. So these are the different causes for pellagra. So that's all regarding vitamin B3. Thank you.